So I'm going to completely restart this thing. Hi, happy Wednesday. It's time to talk about Hyperforce. Get your coffee. I'm rocking the Little Vampires mug today, so let's talk Hyperforce because I was already in an original video like 12 minutes in, and I'm pretty sure I hadn't said anything. So let's just do it all over again with a little bit more of a clear shot. Right. There were many battles, but some really epic battles. When you start off, when we got back to the Rangers, Jack's on the brink of death. Their ship is being destroyed. The Alliance leader is right unto them. And then you end up with the characters going, Alpha, can you just drop the ship on the bad guys? I don't know if that's a great idea. No, it would have been a great idea. You should just, and they wanted to drop a landing hatch on him at some point. It was awesome. It was awesome. They end up escaping. They hide in Angel Grove while they have to repair their ships. There was a training montage, which is funny because when it's a tabletop RPG and everything is spoken, when they say, okay, this is going to be your training montage, and, you know, like they just start playing background music, and got hints of Buffy in this one because big battles in the library. The big monster of the week was made of bits of library books and of the library itself, which I thought was a very neat idea. And the librarians were in there, so they have to, like, protecting the librarians while trying to, destroy this monster. And they got to use, while they were trying to destroy that monster, new weapons. They did get new weapons. They no longer, well, they still have all the generic ones that they had before. But now they have their personalized ones that joining weapons. It's, I can't wait for some fan art or something, because I want to see a representation of it. I'm not so great up there with the drawing or imagination. Sorry, ToeFuture didn't get me. But I'm looking forward to some fan art or whatever of these weapons, but getting to hear them use them, it was awesome. During this training montage, they have a room kind of akin to the Danger Room from X-Men or the Battle Simulator on the Astro Mega ship from In Space. You get some really good Marv and Chloe, not action, because that's not Marv and Chloe teamwork building, and you gotta listen to, I was cracking up. I spent more of this episode laughing than I had in the last two combined. These characters are really starting to come out. You have Marv in the Danger Room wanting to, he's going to jump right in. And they're like, no, work as a team. And Chloe's jumping from rainbow to rainbow, working on, agility. And they try to come through together to, like, poke the baddie in the eye. If this seems ridiculously nonsensical, it kind of is. But that's what makes it amazing. This is what makes it fantastic, is getting to hear them like, okay, so if we're not really going to get hurt, how are we going to get this monster? Let's jump from rainbow to rainbow, shooting fire down, and then poke it in the eye at the same time with teamwork. I did it in the eye poke barrel show. 3D vision today. 3D vision. Back up. Y'all need to see that a little too much. But Vesper, we do get some more about Vesper coming out of her shell a little bit. She said she trained her whole life to be the best Black Ranger she could be. Well, now she is the Black Ranger. And now she's got to start learning a little bit more about herself, which was a really good, it was character building, and yet at the same time, it was sounding mushy, but I'm like, I feel you, Vesper. I feel you. Maybe we all needed to hear that a little bit. So Vesper built all of her main weapons now, and including having to take a little bit of Alpha 55, lost its ankles, so Alpha now looks like it's missing socks in order to make these weapons. With their training, learning that they're going to combine them. Another piece of gear they have, so they're morphers. I haven't really talked about their morphers much. They look a little bit like the chrono morphers, but you can maybe put a card in it, but there's a theory, and it's interesting that I say when there's a theory, it's the characters themselves are coming up with these theories, but that's that the morphers might actually be funneling out some of this brainwashing stuff. Now, the Alliance leader shooting people with this beam, I guess, and it's maybe slowly brainwashing them. Again, this is all a theory. This is what, like, Jack's kind of coming up with, because Jack got hit. He was super out. Marv got hit a little bit, but it's slowly starting to fade and dissipate, and their theory is the morphers are helping leach out this brainwashing stuff that's also hurting them that they've been hit with. That's why they're okay and they haven't been brainwashed with everyone else. That's a theory. Of course, it's the character's theory in the show, so that's what we're going to say it is. So, congratulations. In my head, it's headcanon. So, we have so many great characterization moments. Jack used the phrase screwy decimal system, which okay, maybe you didn't laugh as much as I did, but I thought it was freaking hilarious. Miss Chloe loves her burritos. There's a lot of stuff about making burritos, and you almost wait, George DuckTales? Because there was a big thing about leading the sun. If DuckTales and burritos, the new season, if you don't watch the new DuckTales on Disney XD, you seriously need to, because it's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Alright, so it's all about doing it for the burritos. They're doing it for the burritos. Chloe, thank you so much. My family is now going to have burrito nights. They're going to be every Tuesday in your honor. And I'm going to have to try that pancake burrito you were talking about. It's like pancakes. It's like a breakfast burrito, but it's made with a pancake. I've made something like that before. It's pretty tasty. Let me know in the comments. Maybe we'll do a cooking. Maybe, because I don't have enough to do. Maybe we'll do a cooking show with all of Chloe's burrito recipes. After they battle everything, there's kind of the post show, and you know how Rangers go. There's the morph, there's Megazord battle, except they don't have Zords. Yeah, and they made sure to make that clear. They do not have Zords. At least yet. They don't have Zords. But, they're actually helping out the librarians, and so the police end up showing up, and, they're all just stacking up the books, like, do. But at the very end, we do learn something about the characters, and that is Marv was booted off the Force. Now, Jack was actually his partner. Marv told him a secret. Everybody found out about this secret. He was kicked off the Force. However, he was given a choice to retake all the classes and to potentially become a Time Force officer again, which he's doing. We don't know what that secret is. And I'm really excited to find out what it is. So it's going to be, yay! They're building up for the next episode. Every episode has been getting better. As far as the play goes, like the Twitch extension app, finally worked fully for me. It still took, I had to log in and out a few times. I had to try multiple browsers. I had to do a lot of refreshes, but I did get it to work sometimes. And it was cool to be able to give my energy to the Rangers. Made me feel like my clicks were worth it. I did get some some energy and some stuff from badges from before, so that was pretty cool. So the Twitch extension did work. Probably more for other people than me, because that's just my luck, but it did work. They may be taking a little bit of break off due to holidays. I'm not sure. They briefly mentioned it, like it was kind of one of those people talking in the background. They mentioned maybe taking a week off due to the holidays. I think Christmas is on a Monday this year, so that would totally make sense that they would take the day after Christmas off, because, family, man. If you see any of them at Morphicon, and at this point, I hope Morphicon, here's what I hold out hope for. I want a live Hyperforce at Morphicon. I want it to be like, maybe not even a Friday night. It would have to be, no, that wouldn't work. Because the whole thing about it is live. Maybe that wouldn't work out very well because you need the people and the energy. But maybe like a little side story or a side quest or something that they can go on, because I would love to have all 6 of them, 5 Rangers and the TM, because, come on, she's part of this. She's everything. I would love them to go to Power Morphicon and just do this live thing, because I would love to see it. Of course, that would mean it'd have to be streamed, because, I'm not going to Power Morphicon. Or am I? Actually, as of right now, I'm not really going, but I want to. if you made it this far, don't forget, if you want to talk about more Hyperforce and everything else, follow me up on my social medias, or check out any of the other Hyperforce videos I've done, because Tuesday nights, it's a lot of hashtag Hyperforce. Kind of sorry if that's not what you want to see, because I talk about it a lot. The last thing that I kind of want to mention is afterwards, when they're doing the campfire rundown, I guess, the Kumbaya post-game show. Yeah, it's the Kumbaya post-game show, because I'll never say that right. I mentioned that some people were saying that it was kind of akin to Akiba Ranger. Now, if you don't know anything about Akiba Ranger, the 3-second version is that it's a show that is unofficial. It is not an official Sentai. It is based on these delusions that people have where they think everything is real. They think they're Sentai members. It's made for the older fans. It's very tongue-in-cheek. I recommend it. However, they said, they're like, no, we're not like Akiba Ranger. We're the exact opposite of Akiba Ranger. See, they morph. They have full fights against monsters. They have Zord, they have all of this stuff, but they are completely unofficial. Hyperforce, on the other hand, don't get to actually morph into suits. They don't have full episodes. They don't have these, action sequences or anything like that. But they are official. So they are, and yet at the same time, are completely opposite of Akiba Ranger, because everything they do is official. They just don't have it on TV. But they do get a morph sequence at least. It's pretty epic. It's up if you want to check it out on my channel, or just, put it into YouTube. I'm sure a lot of people have it posted. But man, that was Hyperforce for November 7th. It was the 3rd episode, and I was hyped for Hyperforce. Again, hashtag all caps, hyped. But now I'm hyped because I'm just enjoying it. You're hyped for what could it be, and then you kind of get a feel for it, and then you're hyped because, okay, let's see where this is going. Now I'm hyped because you really are starting to get a feel for it, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Are you loving it? Do you want to talk Hyperforce? Maybe you hate it. That's cool. Maybe you really don't like it. I definitely have some friends that it's just not for them. It's just not for them. But I said, man, if D&D, the few times I ever try to play D&D, if they went as fast and action-packed and as amazing as this story is, I would play D&D all the time. But as it stands, sorry guys. And that about wraps it up. Thanks so much for tuning in. Any likes or subscribes is clearly appreciated, but thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you're enjoying Hyperforce. I certainly am. And I will see you at the next Hyperforce wrap-up video. Have some coffee. Let's get hyped. Hashtag all caps. Hyped for Hyperforce. Bye!